Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Jasmine here with 888 Jules 888. I am so glad to be here today with you. So what I have today is a general reading for the upcoming week of June 10th through June 16th. I hope you all had a great week last week. It was a pretty good reading from what I remember, and the energies were really good and the messages were positive too. So like I said, this is a general reading. Sometimes the messages will or will not resonate with you. I also believe that if you hear something that maybe somebody else needs to hear, we're all messengers here on this earth, and if you do hear something that you think somebody might need to hear, don't be afraid to pass on the messages. So what I'm hoping for today is that we get the clarity we need and the help that we need in any situation that we're going through in life right now. I did do a little bit of a meditation before recording this to see if there was any messages that I could pass on to you guys, or a few of you. So the first, they're really short. The first one we got is you got this and keep going. Sorry about the handwriting. So you got this and keep going. So if there's a certain situation that you are currently in right now, the messages for you are that you got this and keep going, Don't give up and don't be afraid to do something different is what I'm getting. I feel like I've also posted on my Instagram story before something along those lines where don't be afraid to do something different to get different results. Alright, so now let's get on with the reading. I already pre-shuffled the cards, but I will shuffle them again on camera so you can see. That was terrible. Alright, we'll do it this way. We'll get 3 cards for the collective this week. Here. And then we'll do okay. This one. I'm not too sure if I'm going to pull a love reading at the end. We'll see. But as for now, let's just get and I do have 3 stones joining us today. The first one we have is, I'm like having a total brain fart right now. I totally forgot what this was. Okay, we'll move on. This one is Rainbow Titanium Quartz. I don't know if you could see it. It's really, really nice. And then this is a Tears. Oh, well, this is Rose Quartz. I don't have no idea why I was having a brain fart. I'm sorry. Let's see. But probably I'm having a brain fart because one of you might be having a block right now. Okay, I'm getting that somebody needs to hear they are having trouble stepping forward or knowing exactly what to do now. I know the stone and it took me forever to figure it out. So I feel like for somebody watching, you may just not really know where to go from here, what to do next, and I feel like we're going to find out the answers in the reading. Okay, so the first card we got from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck is Mountain, number 6. So we got Mountain, number 6. So I feel like what I'm getting with this card is that for one or for many of you, you feel like you are climbing uphill. Like the journey to the top is just never ending. And I feel like you're struggling at some points, and I feel that sometimes you want to turn back or you just want to stop. And I feel like saying stopping is okay, to take a breather. If you keep going and going without taking a break, you're going to get really tired, worn out, and you're not going to have that much energy to keep going, So I feel like take a break if you need to. Take a break if you feel like you have to. But, this mountain that you're climbing, it's pretty high. But I feel like telling you, whoever this is meant for, that you're going to make it to the top one way or another. No matter how long it takes, take however many breaks as you want, you're going to get there. And let's see what else I'm getting. I don't know if you can see in this card, but like I said, I feel like there's been a struggle. If you look here, sorry, the lighting's pretty not so well, but there's a dead tree, whatever was left here, you're in there for quite some time trying to get out of the spot, but now you're emerging. And if you can see right here, there's a palace. I know it's really, really hard to see, I'm so sorry, but there is a palace, a golden palace, and I feel like that's your goal, your destination, like to keep going. What was left here, you've already been there, you've already done that, and you just need to keep going to get to this finish point right here. And I feel like with the face, I feel like you're being helped, whether you know it or not. Like there's a light that shines down from up above, and even though you're coming out of the darkness, there's light. You're going towards a better place, and I feel like you are being helped, regardless if you know that or not. I feel like it's more of an energetic push, that, or you have people around you that are helping you. So that was the first card that we got, which is very beautiful. The next one, this is the one that we got last week. I'm not sure if you did watch last week's reading. This is the one that came out, and it's making its appearance again, and it goes very well with this card. So like we were talking about, you're climbing up the mountain to this golden palace, and it's so funny how we got the golden palace. So if you can picture this is the front view, but then this is the view of the palace right here. So you are making your way to the top to reach your goals, to reach your dreams, and like I said, at the bottom, you're building a strong foundation. If it wasn't for all this hardship right here, all this stuff that you needed to get through to get to the top, this is what is building the foundation to hold your dreams, to hold your ambitions. This is where you want to be, and you have grown so much from all these roots digging deep into the ground. You've climbed your mountain. Like, I don't know, I'm feeling like you're almost there. I feel like just saying, don't expect to get there on your time. Everything happens in divine timing, and I feel like I said this last week too. Let things be a surprise, let things come to you, let things unfold in ways where you're not controlling them. And I feel like I said this last week, where isn't it like a good feeling when something that you're just not worrying about just happens out of nowhere? And it's like the best feeling in the world, and I feel like you're almost there. Just let go of when you want it to happen, and it'll happen on its own. And it'll be such a surprise. It'll come faster than you think, but don't think about it too much. I feel like saying that. And it's so funny, this is a 5, and then this is a 6. So you're definitely moving up in ways. And next we have education. So I feel like this message is only for a select few. because this card is really self-explanatory. It's about education. It's about learning things. It probably doesn't even have to do with school. It's learning different things that you've probably never learned before. Like, read a book. I think it's historic. What I'm getting is like it's something new. If you've ever heard that term or ever heard the story where like storks bring like babies and stuff like that. My symbolism for like babies is just like something new. Do something that you've never done before. I think I said that in the beginning too. That's kind of weird, but anyways. So like I said, only for a select few, this may or may not apply to you. Go back to school if you're really thinking about it. For others, if you're not thinking about going back to school, I feel like this is your chance. This is your week to really think about something that you've never done before. Maybe going somewhere that you've never been, maybe learning about it, a new hobby, something that really excites you, or something that you're not educated about. One thing that I feel like most of us don't do is venture out and try something new or learn about something that we're just not that educated in. And we all can teach ourselves, with a book, YouTube. YouTube is huge. Or if you know somebody that's an expert in this field, it probably is that time to ask, and don't be afraid. Yeah. So these are our oracle decks, and now we're going to move to our angel answers. So if you have a specific question in mind, we're going to answer it here. I did see this card, so I'm going to show you guys. It's a no. I feel like what this card is meaning to is I feel like some of you are getting worked up about something that's just not going to happen, and they're fear-based. Like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. Is this going to happen? Am I going to be okay? And the no is telling you that to say no to your fears, that everything bad that you're thinking about, that you think may happen, is not going to happen. And we have, in this deck, there's 2 no cards, and this is the one that came out, and it has an exclamation point, sorry. The other one doesn't. So I feel like this is just a huge, like, no, you need to reevaluate the thoughts that are in your mind right now. And I think I said, I'm not too sure if I said this in the last video, but when we have negative thoughts in our heads, it's okay for them to be there. Just try not to pay attention to them. Don't let them affect you. You can be an observer of your thoughts. There's a thought there. It can stay there for a while, but you have control over it. And I feel like all these thoughts that you're having in your mind about uncertainty, about not just knowing what's going to happen, I feel like this card and the messages that I'm getting are telling you not to listen to those fears because they're not going to happen. I feel like that's really good. I feel like a lot of people need to hear that. I'm hearing the word like relief because I feel like some of you have been really freaking out whenever you do watch this. Okay, so this next card is a timing card. It says a year from now. So if you had a specific question about when, I feel like this doesn't necessarily have to do with it being next year because we are in the middle of the year. I mean, it could be, it just depends on divine timing, but I feel like with certain things it will be next year, but for other things it will be this year. I know it's kind of vague. I can't really give you a certain answer. Getting with this, but if you would like to know specifically, because this is a general reading, if you would like to know specifically what this pertains to, you can definitely book a reading with me. All that information is down below. But on with this, like I said, this is a general reading, so this could apply to you, this could not. But what I'm getting is that for something that you are really wanting to happen, it's going to happen within this year or soon after the next year starts. Let's see. I feel like This card is purple, so I feel like you know what this is. I feel like you have a feeling that it's getting closer and closer each day, and you can kind of like feel it. I feel like, because purple is like your third eye chakra, it's like a deep inner knowing, like you know it's coming. And I feel like saying to you, you know something's coming, so don't even worry about it, you know? And I feel like with this could also tie in with this card too, you know? Some of you may be wondering, is this even going to happen? You know, what if it doesn't happen? And this card's just saying no. Like, everything's going to be okay. Don't give in to your fears. Don't listen to anxiety, because it is going to happen and it is coming. Just all in divine timing. And the last card we got is look for a sign. So I feel like with this card, if you are not aware, there are many signs around you. Any time of the day, if you ask for a sign, it will be given, let's see, through numbers, through songs, through people. And I feel like if you're wanting a certain answer to something, like say with this, you know, ask out loud, the universe, the spirit, whoever you communicate with, you know, send me a sign through numbers. If you're not too familiar with numbers, if you see repeating numbers often, look those numbers up online and you'll find many, many messages having to do with different kinds of numbers, and they'll give you stuff that you need to hear or stuff that you're looking for. If it's not numbers, there's feathers. And not any of those, you can even listen to songs. Like if you're really listening, sometimes you hear a song and you're like, whoa, this is weird. I feel like this line I really needed to hear. So if you're looking for something a little extra, be a little bit more aware of your surroundings, you know. Like I said, numbers are a way that spirit communicates with me a lot. Also through your thoughts and through your feelings, you know, really think about them. You know, why exactly am I feeling this way? You know, what is it that I'm feeling? Why am I feeling it? Did you get triggered? That's what I'm getting with this card. It's also a tie with the colors are blue and purple. So it's kind of like an indigo color. Those mixes are, like I said, purple with the third eye chakra, and then blue is also your throat chakra. So don't be afraid to speak out loud. Speak out loud your feelings. Let's see, what else am I getting with this? I think that's it. Yeah, speak out loud your feelings and pay attention to the signs, because you never know, they're all around. Let's see. I feel like some of you are really indecisive about something because I can't decide if I want to use certain cards or not. So we're actually going to go with the Romance Angels. So right now, this is a love reading, specifically about love. We'll see for the upcoming week. Yeah, I feel a lot of air energy, a lot of like thinking that a lot of you are doing this week about what your next step should be, what you want to do, what do you want to accomplish. I feel like there's just a lot in the mind. If you're thinking too much that it kind of hurts, try to do something to get your mind off of it. Get out of your mind by going into your body. So exercising, going on a hike maybe, dancing. Any of those are really therapeutic to get you out of your head. So I'm just going to do two for now. The first one we've got is calling in your soulmate paired with playfulness. So there's a lot of lighthearted energy that should be coming in this week. This first card says calling in your soulmate. So what this is setting your intentions for, if you're single, I feel like setting the intention for the person that you want into your life. And it says on the bottom, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So whoever this is, whoever is meant to come into your life, I feel like for some of you, they're meeting your standards in a way. I feel like the more you work on yourself, the more this person is going to come to you and be the person that you want them to be, if that makes sense. And I feel like it plays such a good role with this card because it says playfulness. So be more lighthearted, be more yourself, and work on yourself, and you'll attract that. Definitely. I feel like saying the more law of attraction helps with this. I feel like if you don't write, you should write it down. I do that all the time. I write down things that I want, like goals and aspirations and things that I want to accomplish. And you can definitely do this for a soulmate too if you're looking. But this also pertains to, I feel like, if you're coupled, bring more lighthearted energy, do something fun, go on a date, be playful and surprised. That word just came into my head really, really boldly. Do a surprise. If you've been thinking about something, showing gratitude is what I'm getting in my head as well. Bring out the playfulness in you. And this doesn't even have to do with romantic either. I feel like even with your friends too, be really playful. The more that you have fun in your life, the more it's just going to come, you know. And I feel like that's all for these two. So I'm just going to ask Spirit again if there's any messages that we need to hear before we leave. I feel I'm getting the word don't stop. So don't stop what you're doing. Don't be stagnant. Let's see. I get short words whenever I hear messages sometimes. Don't be stagnant. Don't stay in one place. Don't keep yourself in one mode, you know. If you're going through a tough time now, don't stay in one place. Don't keep thinking the same things, you know. Be playful. That's what I'm getting. So I think that's all for this week of June 10th through June 16th. Thank you everybody for joining me. This is a general reading. If you would like to look further into your specific situation, all the information is down below in the description box. If any of this stuff resonated with you, please comment down below and let me know if you do feel guided. Let's see what else. If you do want to follow me on Instagram, that information is down below as well, 88Jules888, and I think that is all. My name is Jazmin. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.